Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This video is going to be focused on quarterly results, and especially when we are talking about quarterly results, we wanted to do a specific video on Mytheresa's results, especially when it has been released that Mytheresa has had a profitable Q1. What makes Mytheresa's result more important than most of the other big luxury groups? We do the quarterly results of LVMH, Kering, Hermes, and Richemont, but besides that, maybe we have done a couple of times for Bruno Cucinelli because it has had a couple of good quarters. Beyond that, the reason that we wanted to discuss Mytheresa with you is because Mytheresa has been able to solidly show that it can run a luxury e-commerce, especially when other luxury e-commerce sites have not really done very well. You have Yoox, you have Net-a-Porter, you have YNAP, you have Farfetch. So what makes Mytheresa different from the other luxury e-commerce websites? Especially, we also wanted to focus on that Mytheresa acquired YNAP from Richemont a couple of months back, and Richemont took a 33% stake in Mytheresa, and it's also providing Mytheresa with a 6-year, 100 million revolving credit facility. Given all that, let's try and understand what is it that is working for Mytheresa. What is the geographical mix that Mytheresa has? What is the average order value? What are the customers shopping for at Mytheresa? And uh, in this particular article, we have been shared a couple of things from Mytheresa's internal operations, and I thought it was interesting. And it would be good to kind of understand that, especially if you are in the same field or if you have something like that in the long term horizon, that this is something that you want to get into. So, that said, let's do a deep dive into what's really happening at Mytheresa. First and foremost, what I wanted to share with you was that Mytheresa has had a profitable Q1, and there are a few figures that I wanted to share with you. That their adjusted income has risen to 5.4 million euros, and compare this to a loss of 3.3 million euros a year ago. And at the same time, although Mytheresa does have a net loss of 23 million, but it is primarily due to more than 20 million in legal fees and other costs which are associated to the pending purchase of YNAP from Richemont. Its net sales have grown 7.6% to 201 million euros, which is also up from 187 million euros in the prior year. The gross merchandise value grew by 6.3% to 216 million euros. All this said, there was another key metric that we wanted to share with you, which is the average order size, which increased by 9% to 720 euros. Now, these figures are important, especially if you are somebody who runs an e commerce website. So, these figures become very important as to what is your gross merchandise value, what is the sales for this year compared to last year, what is the profit margin that you are operating at. So, with these figures, let's do a deep dive into what's next in terms of geographies. When we are talking about geographies, so Mytheresa, for them, the geographical profile is about US representing 20% and Europe representing 50%. So 70% of their business sits in the healthy regions, and they're very less exposed to China and Asia compared to the other luxury groups. US is showing good growth for them in terms of 14% double digit growth. Similarly, Europe is also doing good. It's showing a 9% growth, whereas China is negative, and that is where Mytheresa is doing better compared to the other luxury groups, because other luxury groups are very exposed to China. Then let's talk about the big spenders. Now, Mytheresa says that its global business with top spenders who represent 4% of the company's customer base grew 18%. In US alone, the top customer business grew by 41%, which is a combination of large spends per customer and also an increasing customer base. The top customers spend in the neighborhood of about 6 digits. So, what is it that the major customers and the top customers are buying? So, we have taken you through the matrix. After the matrix, we have shared with you the geographical regions and the combination of geographical regions, which is also working in favor of Mytheresa. And lastly, Let's come to the top spenders. Now that we have understood that top spenders buy in 6 digits, and also that the top customer base has grown in terms of what the top customers are spending, and also the number of top customers. So what is it that they are buying? Let's try and understand what they are buying. So it is being said that Mytheresa's top spenders are buying occasion oriented ready to wear, including dresses, tailored clothing, and shoes. Heels are supposed to be back. And on the men's side, the labels with finest high end materials, including Loro Piana and Bruno Cucinelli, are selling well. Another ready to wear subcategory that is doing well is beachwear, especially in US, with those customers who are planning to spend their vacations. And then they are talking about how they are campaigning for the holiday season. And lastly, what they're saying is once the elections are over, things are back to normal for them and customers are doing well for them. So this is what we wanted to share with you in terms of Mytheresa, its results, its combination of which geographies it works well in, the geographies that are growing, and its very limited exposure to China, which is doing very well for Mytheresa. So that's all that we wanted to share with you in this video. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Do stay tuned in case there is a particular company wherein you would like to do a deep dive into the results and see how it is faring, how it's not faring. Do let us know. We'll do